Welcome to the Kevin Cook Show. And now, here's Kevin.
Well, how's everybody doing? I know it's been a long time, but hopefully we get back in the swing of things. Things have been crazy. But I am back on Spreaker.com, so this is K-Dog. We'll get right into it. Well, what's been going on recently? Well, we've got the Dark Knight Rises, and that's mainly what I want to talk about today. And what an awesome movie. I mean, Christopher Nolan really has done a marvelous job with that series. And he's taken it and he's made it more realistic than I don't think Tim Burton would have ever done. Tim Burton would have kept it in the fantasy world. And it's just a great, great movie. And it's a great, great sign-off of a trilogy to an extent. In case, if you haven't seen the movie, turn this off right now. Or fast forward it. Because I will go into spoiler territory here. Without hesitation. I'm going to go right into spoiler territory with this whole thing. There's been some debate on the internet and YouTube about the spoilers. I mean, not the spoilers, but the ending. Is it possible that the what the heck? The Joseph Gordon-Levitt character, is he the next Batman or is he Robin? That's some good question to ask yourself. I mean, is he the next Batman or is he Robin for the next movie? The reason why I say that is because how the screen just went to black at the end of the movie. It was done in such a way that right now they don't know whether there's going to be a new movie or there's going to be a relaunch or what's going on. It doesn't matter. The point being is that it's left open as of right now, it's left open for us, the audience, to decide what is going on. And right now it's in our care to, if it's up to you whether you want the Joseph Gordon-Levitt character to be the next Batman, or is he Robin to be in the next movie? It's really up to the audience to decide who's what, because I don't think we would have necessarily killed off Bruce Wayne and build the hope up of him still being alive. There has to be a reason why they would do that, because you wouldn't just do that. You wouldn't just kill him off just to have Alfred at the end of the movie see him at a cafe and get all teary-eyed. There has to be a reason why they did that. Yeah, they did talk about Batman wanting to, or Bruce Wayne wanting to hang up Batman, not wanting to return. He wanted to retire Batman altogether. But I think it's the hint that he will come back as Batman with Robin as a sidekick. And it could go the other way, that the Joseph Gordon-Levitt character be the next Batman. It could go either way. But like I said, it's up to us as the audience to decide right now, until they make a new movie, that, the fate of Batman, what's it going to be. But overall, in terms of the movie, it's an awesome, awesome movie. How does it compare against The Dark Knight? In terms of The Dark Knight Rises? Dark Knight Rises and The Dark Knight, I look at them as one movie. I mean, well, not really one movie, but I look at them as equally good. They're equally good on their own merits. Because you cannot there's no way that anybody's going to be able to top what Heath Ledger did as the Joker. He was phenomenal as the Joker. And you can't top that. I mean, Tom Hardy, I like Tom Hardy. I think Tom Hardy is an awesome actor. He was awesome as Bane. I mean, very menacing. I did feel that he was a threat to Bruce Wayne and Batman and to Gotham City. Obviously, he was. And he was definitely a guy that I wouldn't necessarily see him on TV, be afraid of him, but I wouldn't want to meet him face to face. Because if you've seen the movie, spoiler again, he beats the tar out of Batman. I mean, he whoops him sideways, and to the point where his mask breaks. And it's not hard. I mean, it's not easy. I get my words mixed up. I'm sorry. It's not easy to destroy that costume. And when you have somebody that's that strong that can break his mask, almost break his back in the costume, you've got a character that you don't want to mess with. This guy is not to be tampered with on any measure. It's a great, great movie. I do encourage you to see it. See it in your IMAX. See it on your 35 millimeter. See it. It's a great movie. Do not be afraid to go into the movie theater, people. Massacres like in Colorado can happen any day. They can happen anywhere and anytime. And it's, that's not going to stop me from going into a movie theater and watching a movie. And I read the letter of condolences that Christopher Nolan himself wrote to the people in Colorado. And he said, basically, do not be afraid to go back into a movie theater. But he said, I feel like I have been violated here, because he said, I'm saying that a lot. He said that movies in the cinema is my home. He said, I feel comfortable going in. There's something like he's at home when he goes into a cinema or a movie theater and sees a movie on screen. And he said, you go there to see a story unfold. You go there to hear a story. You're there to enjoy yourself. It's like a comfort of your home, is what he said. It's not a place where violence should take place. And my heart goes out to those families, because all they did was went in there to go see Batman movie, and there was a person who is sick in the head. They may say he's normal, but he is sick in the head, you guys. I mean, if he calls himself the Joker and he has that much ammunition, he was planning it, yes. But he is sick in the head when somebody plans that stuff. And it's things like this have happened before, but however, the massacre that occurred in Colorado is the biggest that it's ever happened. I was trying to look up some things about, I do know a few off the top of my head where people have been influenced by movies to go out and commit murders and crimes and things like that. It's one of the things, the most famous one I can think of off the top of my head is back in I believe it was 1980 when President Reagan was attempted assassination. The man that shot him was influenced by the Martin Scorsese movie Taxi Driver. And I can see how someone could take that out of context and take it a little bit too seriously and act upon it. However, I've seen that movie. It does not want to make me go out and kill somebody, because killing's wrong. It's against the law. It's against God's law. It's wrong to kill somebody. But like I said, it's not the first time this has happened. I may try to look real quick here. Of course, I'm at the radio station. That's why you may hear the promotions in the background. Okay, I'm looking here. If you can hear me in the background.
The more you buy, the more you save. Get an 11% rebate on everything in the store. Hurry, sale ends Saturday, August 4th. Save big money at Menards. Join us Thursday.
I'm looking at websites on how movies and television influence people more than you know.
Ryan Gafford will talk about the inaugural Get Teed Up for State of the
It's not really giving me
and we'll chat with Betty Jacobs from the Jay County
anything, but you know, there's all kinds of stories that you can look up. Obviously, you know, the one with Taxi Driver and Ronald Reagan was a famous one. There was another one I thought of. Oh, geez, I can't. I'm on the air right now, and I can't think about what's been going on. You know, and obviously music does this more than anybody. I mean, I can think of more music stories where somebody was influenced by a piece of music and they did a crime. You know, obviously the Columbine shootings, the boys that did that massacre were heavily influenced by Marilyn Manson. And, of course, Charles Manson, when he did the murder on Sharon Tate, the pregnant actress Sharon Tate, with her blood, he wrote on the shower Helter Skelter. And that, of course, being from a Beatles album. You know, definitely this massacre has stirred up people's emotions. It's stirred up people. You know, some people are afraid to go into a movie theater now. I talked to a friend. I said, "Have you seen The Dark Knight Rises yet?" He says, "No, I'm going to wait until it comes out on DVD." Because he said, "I'm going to wait until things cool off from this massacre and see it on home video." Because he said he's not going into a theater. And, you know, the theaters have definitely stepped up on their security. Like AMC, for example, no one's allowed in with a mask on their face or anything that looks like a weapon, you know, like toys or anything like that. That's common sense. I mean, you don't bring toy guns into a movie theater. I mean, why? I guess I don't understand the nerd culture. Like, it's the same thing as like Star Wars people. You know, they come in the Darth Vader outfits and the lightsabers and whatnot. It's like that, but people can take stuff a little too seriously, and one of the other things it's really raised is gun control in this country. I remember watching Pierce Morgan, and you know, it is in the Constitution that we do have the right to bear arms. We do have the right to defend ourselves. We do have the right to own guns. But what he was doing, the guy that did this shooting in Colorado, he was ordering all these massive amounts of ammunition, and it was like pallets full of ammunition that he didn't really need. Plus, it was for a weapon that they use in the military. And why in the world is anyone even carrying that? Yes, I agree. You do have the right to bear arms, but you got to remember that arm is a tool. It's not just a weapon, it's a tool, which would be like shotguns, stuff like shotguns, rifles, possibly handguns. But this guy had semi-automatic weapons. Why is anybody even carrying a semi-automatic weapon? Like, that's used for the military. Why is anybody carrying that? I don't question gun control, I question the people control. There's just stupid people. But anyway, do go out and see Batman. It's a great movie. And let me tell you what I've been doing recently. Because I haven't been on Spreaker for a while. Actually, I have, just in a different form. I have multiple shows here on Spreaker. And I've been posting a lot of music I have recorded. Yeah, I am doing a lot of cover stuff. I'm using a lot of karaoke tracks and things like that. I do encourage you to check it out and take a listen. I found out a way to post both my Spreaker recordings onto YouTube as well. So you'll be able to hear this on YouTube as well. So, do check them out. I do have the songs are under what's called Kevin Cook Music, and you'll see my profile picture there. This, of course, is the Kevin Cook Show. I talk about movies, I talk about music, I talk a little bit about everything, and I go into a little bit further detail that I can't go on YouTube. It's one thing to sit and watch me, but I think people just want to sit and hear. Either way, I'm communicating with the internet people, and congratulations to everybody that's on it. I don't know what else to say. I got a couple other things on my mind. But yeah, it's great to be back on Spreaker, taking a long hiatus. I do encourage you to check out my YouTube channel, and I do have a Facebook page. If you'd like to take a look at that, it's Kevin Cook on Facebook. I do have one on Twitter as well. I think it's KDog9484. So look me up. I've been doing a lot of that. I've been getting a lot of friends recently because I post a lot of music, and I've been liking a lot of. I've just been going Facebook and Twitter crazy within the past couple days, and finding a lot of people that I'm following and liking, people that are family and friends and celebrities. I've been really going for a lot of the stuff that's in the world of the internet on Facebook. I've been more viral there than everything else. There was something else. Oh, yeah. I cannot wait until October. Like I said, I am a Blu-ray and DVD guy as well. I'm a big collector. I cannot wait until October, because finally my favorite movie of all time will be coming to Blu-ray, and I'm debating on which edition to get. There's obviously one I will not get because it's just outrageously expensive, and it's an exclusive package. What am I talking about? Well, it's E.T. the Extraterrestrial. That's my favorite movie of all time. And those of you who have been listening to me, you know as well as as well as I do how big of a fan of Super 8 I was. last summer because it was such a throwback to those types of movies and how it really did pay homage to E.T. in a big way. And I'm glad that E.T. is now coming onto Blu-ray for the first time. It is the original 1982 cut. So if you want the 2002 cut, which I don't think too many people do want, I suggest if you do have the DVD copy, keep it around, because that's the only version that has been around for 10 years, and now the 1982 version will be coming onto Blu-ray exclusively with a DVD copy in ultraviolet and digital copy. So Universal is not sparing any expense on distribution on the disc content. In terms of features, what I've read, it's pretty much the same as the 2002 2-disc edition. However, I do think that there is some new interviews with the cast and the crew. I hope they put a lot more swag into it, because even though I got the 2-disc edition back in 2002, it kind of was, I was a little disappointed in the content, really. I thought it was a little too bare bones for being that type of movie. I would have liked to have seen just a little bit more of the swag that came with that movie, because there was a lot of stuff that came out in the 1980s that was E.T. oriented. I would have liked to have heard maybe a little bit something more with about the Michael Jackson storybook album, which I do have, by the way. I do have that on vinyl. That's with the poster intact. And so, yeah, I would love to hear like some of the backstories on that. And I know there's some stuff on YouTube. If you do a search about, I think you type in Quincy Jones, Quincy Jones, Michael Jackson, E.T. album. I think that's what it says. And I'm sure you can probably listen to the album because someone posted it illegally, but yeah, if you can find that, take a listen to that interview that Quincy Jones gives about the E.T. album. It's quite interesting, and you find out why the album was such a failure. It's actually a well-produced album. I think it's very good for its time. It captures the story beautifully, told through Michael Jackson. But it was really a disappointment because of legal disputes between Michael Jackson. MCA Records had no problem with releasing the album. They were all for it because they said, hey, this was a popular movie for us. We're willing to put out as much material as we want for this album. We're putting it in deluxe, in a huge deluxe box, a whole bit. But the dispute was with Michael's record label, which was Epic Records. Epic Records said you have to have the album off the shelves. They told this to MCA. You have to have that album off of the shelves by a certain date in order for Michael's Thriller album. Interesting, huh? And Thriller ended up being the top-selling album of all time. And Epic Records was concerned that the E.T. album would overshadow the success of the Thriller album. So, these companies are really silly, I think, sometimes. I think what they should have done is maybe release that E.T. album on a later date, post the release of Thriller, and it would have done better. But I think also they were strapped for time, for release time. it would have been too late or something like that. I think that's what the situation was. But yeah, I do encourage people to, do check out my Facebook. Check out that interview with Quincy Jones. Check out the rest of my shows. I have been taking them off, like the oldest ones off, to conserve space, because I'm not paying for I'm not paying for extra space, because this is how people work. They want to hear the newest thing. They may want to go back and listen to a past few episodes, but they don't want to have the whole archive necessarily. I do occasionally do that to other people. I go back and look at their videos from way past, but I don't go back to the very beginning and keep all that stuff, because it's not the same. So do check out my materials, and like me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. I'd love to have some I would love to have some subscribers on YouTube, so go ahead and check me out. I'm Kevin Cook. See you guys later.